Thursday night. We are live and in color. It's Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. It is Thursday night. It is January the 9th, 2025. And we welcome you tonight to Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show live on Facebook, live on YouTube. And if you're watching us on the old Facebook, how about do us a great big favor? Reach over and hit the like button, hit the share button. Let everybody know you're fans of Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, and it will get our message out to an even broader and wide array of personalities. And if you would like to pull us up on the YouTube, Dirt Road Sports channel on YouTube, you can watch us on the big screen, on your TV, on your computer, or on your laptop, and you can go back and watch all of the archived episodes. And this coming up year, we will be celebrating 5 years anniversary in the month of March. And you can go back and watch all 5 years worth of Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show at your convenience. But we welcome you tonight to this beautiful, cool, brisk night in Southwest Georgia, Northwest Florida, and Southeast Alabama, and all across the great country and across the great globe that we reside in. And we welcome you to our show tonight here live from our studio at Enterprise, Georgia, our studio at 100% Flamingo Boulevard, Georgia, and our studio at turn number 3 at the old Rocket Speedway in Dothan, Alabama. Loud and proud. I'm talking about live all across the great United States of America and in foreign countries where it is legal and illegal for us to broadcast. Even coming through tonight in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. All 57 states, 5 foreign countries, 4 sunken islands, and almost 5 years loud and proud, high atop the tall antenna in downtown state of Baker County, Georgia. We welcome all of our friends and family from up in the Baker County, Georgia area. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the truth and nothing but the truth. You will only hear things right here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show that you will not hear on CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, or even Newsmax. You'll hear the truth right here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. But for some people, it is not, what's the word I'm looking here for, Floyd? It's not conducive to their environment and their taste.
Exactly. In other words, you ain't gonna like it. Your blood pressure gonna go up, and you're gonna be mad, and you're gonna say and do things that's gonna endanger your relationship with the good Lord above. So please, we don't want to be a stumbling block to any.
So what we'd rather do, if you think we're gonna be a stumbling block to you in regards to hurting your feelings or causing you to cuss, go ahead and just turn us off. Go on ahead and turn us off and pull you up an episode of Charlie's Angels or something of that nature from the 1970s, and go on ahead and watch it and go out there and do you some yoga. But anyway, we just want you to know that. But we are coming to you loud and proud, live and bold tonight. Got a brand new 71.9437 5421 inches in diagonal perpetuity. Big screen, live and bold tonight. We are live at Otis Orville's. Otis Orville's, one-armed wallpaper hanger services. Otis Orville's, olive oil infused laxative smoothies. Otis Orville's, one-stop shop for incontinence supplies in Onitsha, Alabama.
Well,
I ain't never heard of that place, Marvin. That's a new one on me, man. You done dropped one on me now. I know it's for real though. We wouldn't be saying it.
Rewind that one time.
On that. Just slow down a little bit and put it back down in low.
Otis Orville. Otis, I don't know if you know Otis Orville. Otis Orville, he's a good guy. He's from up around Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. He wears Bermuda shorts, white socks, and flip flops.
Okay.
Got a little establishment there in Onitsha, Alabama. Otis Orville's, one-armed wallpaper hanger services. olive oil infused, if you will, laxative smoothie,
Yeah.
and a one-stop shop for incontinence supplies. And believe it or not, he supplies all of the incontinence supplies for the President of the United States, Joe Biden.
Well, he busy. He got a good business going. He got a
That's a
nasty
good.
business going.
That's a good account
keep
right
Joe in
there,
diapers, he got a strong business now, buddy.
man.
I wonder if he follows him around. Does he follow him around and bring out them freshmen? And does he help him change his diapers?
Yeah.
Only thing he does is it's mail order only for Joe.
Oh, I see. He UPS's them out or FedEx's them out.
Yeah, he's UPS only for Joe Biden. He doesn't do any of that. Hey, speaking of Joe Biden, I want to go ahead and throw this up. I don't know if you're aware, but the House yesterday passed the Laken Riley bill, to try to protect folks from being killed by illegal immigrants, aliens, if you will. Am I correct on this?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
All right. There were 4 Democratic congressmen from Georgia that voted against this bill. Now, this bill was to protect American citizens. If you remember correctly, Laken Riley was the young college student that was killed in Athens, Georgia by a
Venezuela.
alien from Venezuela.
That's right.
Had this law been in place, he would have been deported from New York rather than winding up in Georgia. But let me throw this up. These are the 4 representatives that voted against it. And the one in the far bottom right corner is none other than the illustrious U.S. representative from the 2nd Congressional District, which represents Floyd and myself, and has since 1992, Congressman Sanford Bishop, and he voted against the Laken Riley Act that was passed yesterday by the United States Senate to protect people in this country.
Not to be ugly to you folks across the river in Georgia, but isn't the one in the top left-hand corner the fool that made a fool out of himself on national TV about islands sinking and stuff like that?
Puerto Rico tipping over. Guam
was going
Guam turning over. Yeah.
Flip over if we put them more troops on it. It was going to
That's
flip over. That's him, illustrious Hank Johnson. And I don't know where that woman's from. This other one down here, it got to be from the Atlanta or Augusta or Columbus no, Columbus and Macon is Sanford Bishop. That's his honey hole there. They got all that stuff reapportioned, so we have to keep electing him to go in there and do nothing other than subvert the will of the people down here. So if you voted for Sanford Bishop, maybe, it could be one of them Venezuelans that should be back in Venezuela might show up at your house and knock your door down and come on in and visit with you for a little while. So if that happens, go ahead and thank the illustrious 2nd District Congressman Sanford Bishop.
Somebody we want to thank for doing a good job is all the folks that put on the uniforms and strap the badges on. Law enforcement folks all across the country, whether it be state, local, federal, whatever. Today's National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. And I hadn't heard a word about it till I saw somebody post it. The national media don't have a lot to say about law enforcement in a good light. So, that might be one of the reasons we don't hear anything.
We certainly, listen, on behalf of Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, we appreciate all of our law enforcement.
Yes, sir.
Putting your life at risk every single day to protect all of us, especially with a lot of these crazies that live around here. Hey, one more that we want to recognize today. I want to throw this up. This was from this weekend. This is 98-year-old B.O. Mock slaying a deer this past week. He is the oldest, listen to me, he is the oldest and I believe only living World War II veteran in Miller County at the present time. Am I correct on that, Floyd?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's Mr. B.O. Mock, great guy. Still got all his senses about it. Can still get out there in the woods and kill a deer.
Go ahead.
Top that, Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
98 years old in November, and he fought for this country across the big pond during World War II. Still alive, still one of Miller County's most outstanding citizens, and still going strong. And we salute you, Mr. B.O. Mock, a good man, a good American, right there, ladies and gentlemen, if there ever has been one.
I want to
Should be
give
a
you a little tidbit about Mr. B.O. Mock. Back when we had our car tags, we were the 127th smallest or largest or whatever you want to do county in Georgia. Our tag number was 127. Seminole County was 128. So we were one click above them with the population. And your tags, they just dished them out to you, uh, starting with numerical order number one. And BO would always, on his cars, he always would be the first one there when tag office opened on January the 1st or whenever they opened up. And he would buy tag number 127 1. That was his claim to fame. As long as they had that, he bought the first car tag in Miller County, Georgia every year. His number was number one.
Wow. Man, oh man. B.O. Mock. What is that? The greatest generation right there.
Greatest generation, the greatest folks ever lived in this, other than the founding fathers, I guess
Oh,
you'd say.
and he
But
should be a
yeah.
hero. He should be a hero to multiple generations there
Mhm.
in Miller County.
yes, sir.
Man.
Yes, sir. He certainly is. Certainly is.
Mm.
We appreciate you, Mr. B.O. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Charlie, I noticed you sent me some pictures today, and this was one of them here. Well, two of them here.
Yeah.
I really like both of them. I want to talk about that prescription a little bit.
Do you know the history of that prescription?
I mean, it's an old one that I was told that old
That
folks, doctors,
that
that's what they would prescribe. Oh,
that prescription is from Dr. Rhyme. I did a little research on him. He's from Arkansas, and he wrote that prescription. Of course, he was a pediatrician, well renowned pediatrician. And in 1962, he wrote that out for obviously a parent of someone who had a child that had a cough. And they would do such as this back in the day, wouldn't they, Floyd?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, that was everybody's cure without going to a narcotic or something like that. Whiskey, lemon juice, and honey. And Jack Wingate's mother's recipe added a couple other things to it, beef tallow and something else. It was something. Oh, I know what it was. They put a whole peach in there,
mm.
unpeeled peach, and she made her elixir out of that, and it worked.
I had
'Cause,
a lady that had, and she lived to be about 100 years old. She'd do whiskey, lemon juice, honey, um, lemon drops, and peppermint, and mix it all up and let it sit in a quart jar for about a month and
that's
deter
right.
So
and
she was expecting to have a coughing spell or something. So you
Oh,
fix.
well, yeah.
Well, and here what these doctors over here, I think, especially Dr. James Barrett, well, he prescribed the whiskey, lemon, and honey, and mix the lemon and the honey together and throw it away and drink the whiskey. I think that was his prescription
Yeah.
for that.
Preacher needs, so you hear that cough he still got? Preacher needs a little dose of that right now.
No, he don't. He does not need nothing to do with intoxicants. He does not need. I know his pedigree. I know his pedigree. We don't want to go there.
hey, you know my DNA, don't
I
you?
know your DNA from way back. Oh, mercy.
Hey, Floyd, tell them about him.
Oh man, one of the best food you ever want to eat right there. If you were coming through and just want to get you a sandwich, or want to get you some catfish fillet, or you want to get you a good hamburger steak. Sometimes you just have a craving for a real good hamburger steak with lots of gravy and onions on it, and some real good mashed potatoes and some good coleslaw. Stop in there at TK's Bar and Grill, be it dinner time or either night time. It don't matter. Tell them you want you one of them good hamburger steaks. They'll fix it up for you. And also, they got them real good smoked pork chops in there. and some of the best sides you've ever had in your life. Some good cabbage they have in there, good green beans, all that good stuff for lunch. I've been in there to eat with Marvin before, and Marvin to get him one big smoked pork chops and 3 orders of cabbage. And you talk about wearing it out. Now he talked about he go down smooth and easy. I don't know how it comes out, but I know it goes down smooth and easy. Marvin can testify to that. TK's Bar and Grill, one of the best places, one of the best, good food right there in a good environment. Ain't nobody gonna come in there and messing with you and carrying on and do all that kind of stuff. Gonna be somebody you know probably comes in there and talks to you. Go to TK's Bar and Grill right here in Colquitt, Georgia.
Hey, Charlie, I saw this. I'm assuming this is, well, it's got to be true because it's on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show.
Well, it was posted on Let's Talk Geneva earlier today, and it is a black bear. Obviously, it got real cold in the woods down around the Choctawhatchee and Pea Rivers. And them bears is coming out and getting on the side of the road, trying to get somebody to help them warm up, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's black bear. That's most folks don't believe it, but it's pretty commonplace in those woods down there. Anytime you got a river, you folks over there, you've seen it. I remember years ago, they had a big bear that was tracking through Brinson up there, Floyd. You remember I had a thing on the show, and the game warden from over there came on and talked about they'd done a plaster of its foot to figure out how much it weighed, and it was right a 275, 300-pound bear that they had. So
I know why you got that bear status out there leaning. Was they leaning on a light pole or
yeah, it looks like it.
A light pole? He leaning up on light. I know what he's doing. I tell you what he's doing. He's in Diva County down there. He's smelling all them pickup trucks and them jacked up Chevys, them jacked up Chevys. He's smelling all them chicken wings and chicken legs and chicken strips and corn dogs they got in that box. He's ready for one of them to have a blowout or something, coming by there, lose control, and them jump in there and get that chicken box out there. That's what he said. He said, I smelled 15 of them come by here the other day with a 6-piece chicken wing box.
There was, I forgot, I can't call the name exactly who it was, but several years ago, a fella was down around, trying to think of the name, down the Apalachicola River, on the east side of the river, down there, a little kind of fishing community, Sumatra. You know where I'm talking about. Before I got it out, finally it hit me. Sumatra, and they had gone down there to spend a couple of days fishing, and they stopped at a hamburger joint. The way the story goes in Mariana, got them some burgers, and was probably had some adult beverage too, riding down the road, and got down there. It's summertime and hot weather. They left the window cracked in a brand new SUV. And old Bear smelt that leftover hamburger and French fries from Wendy's in there. And it just puts the paw in there, pops the window out, it goes in, tears up the interior of the vehicle. I think they about totaled it when it was all over.
That's what I'm talking about. I see it down there in Geneva County. Y'all see the cars they got down there, especially these Tahoes. They one hand carpet, Marvin. I know you've seen it. The front end way jacked up like that. The back end way dragging like that. You can't hardly see over the hood, you know.
Yeah.
I reckon that's a new cultural thing.
It is.
That bear smelling. He hear them loud pipes. He hear them. When he get that, he said, "Ooh, that's it. That's that cat there with them chicken wings in there."
That's right.
I may run out here in front of him and get him a wreck.
Hey, speaking of eating, Floyd, tell us about tonight's supper.
Man, that ain't my supper, but I know whose that was. That's a collard soup, if you will. Look at them ingredients in there. Look at them ingredients. There's sausage you got in there, some potatoes in there, and some collard. They look like some tomato juice or sauce or something he's got going, and some tomatoes. I know what that. I bet he opened up a can of tomatoes and put them in there with that. But now that looks like that right there gets you well if there was anything wrong with it.
I'm telling you.
If you had any kind of blockage or anything in your digestive tract, if you wanted to get it unblocked, look to me like that'd do it right there. And plus give you strength and stamina, and them good vitamins and minerals that all that's got in there. It's got them sausage in there with that grease coming out of there, see that lard coming out there that'll coat your whole system. Won't it, Marvin?
Yes, sir. And hey, it's ironic you mentioned that. I just got an email. I mean, I get a news flashes here on my phone. You can't make this up. It's just happened to coincide with what you said. I promise you, I just got it. They had sealed Elvis Presley's autopsy results for 50 years and released them. This was 1 day ago. Elvis Presley constipated for 4 months as autopsy reveals gruesome toilet death details.
Why? I know what was wrong with him. Now he blowed up. I know what was wrong with him. He exploded. That's the reason they have no. That's too gruesome to even talk about. 4 months.
4 months. They said that during the 7 months prior to his death, he had nearly 9,000 pills, vials, and injections. And that's what it. But it was when they did the autopsy, and the family had him sealed for 50 years. But it was a 4-month constipation.
He blowed up. I know what happened. He blowed up. He blowed it. All his insides went kaboom.
Yeah.
They know way to survive a 4 month.
That would be true internal combustion, wouldn't it?
Exactly right. If somebody had just brought him, if they'd have just brought him a big glass of fresh squeezed cane juice, he'd still be alive. It's just one glass full. A pint would have cleaned him out, man. They'd had to bring in Roto-Rooter to get it, get him back going.
What about a gallon?
Oh no, he couldn't have stood no gallon. No, they can't nobody bear. That's suicide. You can't do that. You can't drink no gallon fresh squeezed cane juice, room temp.
Don't put no chill on it at all.
No chill. Warm room temp. Try y'all some of that sometime if you have an obstruction, if you will. You're going to have to wait till about November now before you get you any drink. I don't know. Elvis Presley hung on for 4 months. I reckon he may hang on for 7 or 8 months, and wait on it. All that other stuff, forget it.
And this medical advice costs you absolutely nothing.
You will not get this anywhere else other than. And some of y'all out there know what I'm talking about. My cousin Bookie knows exactly what I'm talking about.
With some Cajun boiled peanuts.
And with them Cajun boiled peanuts and them hog highs.
It wasn't far from Geneva where he was.
It wasn't far from Geneva where he was in the state of Alabama where it happened.
And speaking of that, why don't we go ahead and get a legal disclaimer out of the way about all of this? Charlie, tell them about our lawyer.
Our lawyer, Billy Shingler, Shingler Law in Donaldsonville, Georgia. Folks, if you need any kind of legal counsel, anything from a simple will, a simple document, simple letter to someone, or you need somebody to defend you in the courtroom, they do it all. Billy Shingler Law, and he is right there for you. He takes care of his clients. He is an on-the-ball, young counselor that has made a name for himself. If you need an attorney, let's reset for anything, whether it be a simple legal document or something more complicated, hopefully you hadn't got put in jail, but he can get you out. Shingler Law, see or call him today in Donaldsonville, Georgia.
Hey, here's a blast from the past, if I can get it to pull up here. 10-pound bag of potatoes on the Andy Griffith Show, 29 cents. I don't know what they are now.
Yeah, that's 3 cents a pound.
Yeah.
Anybody out there bought a many potatoes lately? How much are they? Potatoes pretty cheap, I thought. Unless you buy them in them already in them little bags, them little Lay's potato chip bag by the bale. You have a whole box up in there. Them potatoes is about $47 a pound going through that. Because
Out.
the ones of them is sold. They got that peach card they throw that in there, so it don't cost nothing.
What
I
about
want
eggs? How much are eggs?
Egg, what,
three,
$4 a dozen, 4.5, something like that. Yeah.
3 to 4. But the potatoes, I saw some advertised the other day. I think it was 2 8-pound bags for something, $4, something like that.
They're kind of cheap. Potatoes are pretty cheap if you buy them at the
That
right
would be
place.
50
Some
cents.
places you can't buy them, at that kind of cheap. But you have to shop around, for be if you frugal like me and Nadine is. We go for the bargains. We always get our buggy and look around. Can I live without that, or do I have to have that? But
Mhm.
we buy very little processed foods. Very little of that. We mostly go for the fresh stuff, and it's a good way to go, I think.
Hey
Oh
guys,
yeah.
y'all saw that they wound up funeralizing President Carter today. I know the Carter family is glad that it's over. They have, I mean, had one service right after another, one repose right after another, and finally came to an end, and they laid him to rest this evening. And here's a picture I found this week of his brother, Billy Carter. Now they were polar opposites, were they not, Floyd?
Woo.
I don't know. I don't know what kind of
Mm.
skeletons Jimmy had in his closet, but I know Billy had no skeletons in his closet. He
What?
he was open with everything. And that man right there, y'all looking at him right there, that man right there, y'all, Billy Carter said he created. He didn't create nothing, but he put his name on the sorriest, most undrinkable alcoholic beverage that ever has been. Ever has been. I took a sip of one, and that was it. That wound it up.
where where were they brewed, Floyd? Do
I
you
don't know. I
know?
have no idea. I don't know. He had got hooked up with the Muslims and all, and he liked them some Iranians or whatever. But they didn't brew it over there. They brewed it somewhere. It probably. I'm gonna say. Let's see where that could have been. Could have been brewed in Baker County, Georgia. Wasn't maybe they
Oh,
light it up here now up in Baker County, but we ain't brewed nothing that bad right there. But it was awful. It was hideous, absolutely hideous.
mm.
That stuff's collectible now. That Billy Beer, it's in cans. It's like I think it's about $10 or $15 a can if you can find it.
Yeah, they
Well,
brought they, they
look at
might have
here.
to pull that stuff out. They opened it up and pulled it out.
Yeah, if they that's like Floyd said, if they tried it one time, that was it. Nope, nope, nope.
Supply and demand. That was it.
Yeah,
They didn't go back to that.
going back to the bear story right quick. My buddy Stan Hobbs over in Enterprise said he's seen several bears down around Sumatra. They run those rivers, and they come up, coming up Spring Creek. That's how that one got to Brinson? Come off the Flint River over there and heading north. I think they said it was tracking north when that one I remember, and they bears all around here.
We used to hear when me and Nadine lived out in the country. We lived out there, Babcock Woods. There's thousands of acres of Babcock woods and the Jarrett Pond and all that stuff was in there. The Davis Lake Swamp. All that was pretty close to where we lived in. Sometimes we could hear something we didn't know what it was. And I'd ask some of them older folks, I said, what was that? I heard like that. I said it was kind of like a screeching sound, kind of not like a panther or anything like that. He said, that's a hog bear. Hog bear. You ever heard of a hog bear, Marvin?
I ain't never heard of a hog
You
bear.
ever heard of one
Did,
shot?
did you read what Ziggy B wrote up there
Yeah,
on the
I read
screen?
it. Hit one of them driving through Tate's Hill. That's down there going to Appalachian Coast.
That's on the same road
Knocked
Sumatra
him
right
out
there. Yeah,
cold for about 15 seconds and he run off. Hmm. What was it? Well, did you have your a box of chicken wings there with you, Ziggy B? Or you had,
she had
she had a mullet rope with her. I guess.
well, she had a load of oysters. It said. I mean,
Yeah, he'll eat oysters. Heck yeah. Mercy.
I can see Ziggy shucking him some oysters there on the side of the road to get him
Well, tell you
feeling
something
better.
else. Y'all talking about with him was being clogged up for 4 months. If he got him some fried mullet rope and some fresh squeezed cane juice, room temp, he would he'd got out about a half a roll and about a half a glass. of that fresh squeezed cane juice. I don't understand why people don't listen. If y'all would just listen to us, we can tell you about. We pretty much are experts in any subject there is. So, are any of y'all out there really, really, really constipated at this time? If you are, now you can't go. You can't go get. You can't go get you some fresh squeezed cane juice. You might can get some that's frozen. I don't know how it works, but you can't go to Jiggy B's and get you some mullet roll, and you can fry that up. And Marvin will show you how to eat it. Marvin will show you just how to eat the mullet roll.
And I'll tell you what, if you will eat you 2 mullet roll and then you'll drink you a pint of that right there, right behind it.
Ooh.
Come on. I know. Hey, listen, this is a medical show that we're doing also. And we're not charging you anything for that. You don't even have to pay for our medical advice. And I tell you something else. If anything is wrong with you, you got a sore on you, or anything, any kind of growth there, get you some turpentine and rub on it.
That's right.
Get some turpentine and rub on it. Karen had an uncle, the Pete Barber, over there in he was around Dawsonville. You remember Pete Barber, don't you, Marvin? You remember him? He was from Jacob over there, big farmer over there. He married Karen's daddy's sister, Althea Pearl was her name. And anyway, he was had his finger, he missing a finger right there by that joint right there. And I asked him one day, I said, Uncle Pete, I said, what happened to you? What happened to your finger? And Uncle Pete always had, he always had different stuff like that. He talked like that. He did. I got cut in his peanut picker. And what'd you do? What he said? He will. If we pick peanuts, he said, I just got my pocket handkerchief wrapped around it and got me a bottle of turpentine and pour it on it, and we'll only pick peanuts. So if you get a cut off, get you some turpentine and a pocket handkerchief wrap around that, and you won't have all the medical expenses that you're going to incur if you go to the doctor.
Yeah, man.
You save somebody about $6,000 minimum right there with a trip to the emergency room.
Oh, they put you on a helicopter now and fly you to Tallahassee down there.
That's 56.
Just to do that.
56,000 then the price.
It's going up, inflation.
Lord, look at how much money just watching one episode of Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Just on the constipation factor. Look at
on the constipation. How can you imagine you going to the doctor and you told them you ain't had a bowel evacuation in 4 months? What all they gonna do to you? And the first thing they gonna do to you is send you to intensive care, and then they gonna put IVs all in your arm and everything. Then they're gonna put you on. They're gonna hang a sign on the door: NPO, nothing passed orally. That means nothing going in. That's just to start with now. And then they're going to put a hose down your throat. And they're going to put a pump on it. They're going to go to pumping you out. And I don't know how long that thing's going to run, but you charge by the revolution on that thing. That's what the bill is. It went over 2,000 revolutions. Well, that's $2,000 right there on that. Just go get you some mullet roll. Go to Ziggy B's. Get you some mullet roll. Fry it. Call Marvin. Tell Marvin, so look at Marvin. Come over here and show me how to fry this mullet roll, and I'm gonna fry you some up. And you show me how to eat it. Your problem is solved.
And if you can't get cane juice, if you just get you a bottle of cane syrup to dip the mullet roll in.
Yeah, get some cane syrup on that. We're talking about cane syrup now. We're not talking about corn syrup or anything like that, or maple syrup. We're talking about blackstrap. We're talking about cane syrup.
No mix or anything like that.
Don't never buy no syrup. It's got a mix on it. Corn syrup mix.
Straight up cane is what you want. Straight up cane.
Yeah. We're just trying to help y'all out. We knew we'd help y'all to listen to us. But that collard, I'm gonna try me some of that. That's Charles pickle recipe on the collard soup.
Man, I'm gonna tell you now.
That's pretty.
Don't that look just like it, don't it?
Man. See, if Elvis had got a hold of that, he might still be shaking his pelvis right now.
He could be. No, he gonna stay clogged up for 4 months.
Hey, let me ask y'all something. I picked this up at a yard sale this week. I wanted to see if y'all could tell me if you knew what it was right there.
Hang on, let me put the reading glasses on.
That's old, that Marvin.
That's a cigarette roller from
Or
Brown
what?
Williamson Tobacco Corporation out of Louisville, Kentucky.
Where you put your rolling paper at?
I don't know all that now. I didn't. Person that I got it from didn't.
I bet Willie Nelson's got 15 of them things right there. Hey, and
Oh,
Kamala's got 5 herself.
Now Willie wouldn't be rolling Prince Albert though, would he?
no.
What
I
do you
said
think?
Willie would not be rolling Prince Albert.
No, Willie ain't rolling that. He ain't gonna be rolling no Brown and Williamson. Y'all seen the funeral that y'all funeralizing Jimmy Carter, talking about Jimmy Carter funeralizing all day. Boy, Trump and Obama, they were yucking it up, wasn't they? I mean, they would have a hard time. And Joe sitting down there, and Jill, I believe Jill needs some fresh fried mullet roll and some fresh squeezed cane juice from that look she had on her face. I believe she
Well,
did you
but
know Hillary Clinton's eye bags? I mean, it looked like she had a purse under both of her eyes.
She'll get that fixed. She'll see herself on TV and she'll get that straightened out. But can y'all imagine? Y'all see all them? Y'all see the Carter family? And how many times did you say they funeralized him more times than they did Aretha Franklin and James Brown? You know, so they started out. You know, where they started out? Well, they started out in America.
Then went to Atlanta.
They went to Atlanta. They funeralized him up there. They funeralized him in there. Then they loaded him up. When they loaded him up in an airplane and go to Washington.
Yep.
Funeralized him in Washington. Loaded him up from Washington, go back to Plains and funeralize him there. And all them funerals and all.
Had a graveside.
Yeah, what that?
And had a graveside after the other funeral today in Plains.
They had to have some flashlights for the graveside.
Yeah.
But can y'all imagine how aggravated all them Carter Youngers was? Did y'all see them? Y'all seen the Carter Youngers? I mean, all of them hippies. Every one of them hippies. All the youngers, grand youngers, they're all a bunch of hippies. Can you imagine how aggravated they are that they had to bathe and put on clean clothes as many times as they did for the funeral? I'm sorry. I didn't what? More clean clothes, please. I hadn't had these on but 8 days.
Hey, if there's a certain person in Bellevue watching us tonight, you have a
Babcock.
Babcock.
Babcock. She's at Babcock. She ain't at Bellevue. She's at Babcock. I hope she is. I hope she is. She ain't grading no more papers, if she don't grade papers no more. No. That's good. So you give everybody a F. What it does.
Oh, Charlie, talk to him.
All right. If you want the best meat to put on your table, visit Sawega Meat between Blakely and Colquitt on 27 and in Headland on 431. We're talking about beef produced locally. They'll cut it any way you want it. Those they got a little thing up there, guys, that shows you the thickness of how much you can cut each steak by, up to a 2-inch cut, and a little thing you can pull out and see how tell them how much you want what you want it cut, the exact thickness. They got fresh produced out of this part of the country beef, pork, processed locally, quality foods, new hours for the Headland store. Let me mention this. They're not open on Mondays anymore. The Headland store is open Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and on Saturday from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. Store hours at Sawega over near Colquitt will stay the same. Great products, some of the best steak you'll ever put in your mouth, plus other products. They've even got at the Headland store. I saw something that if Marvin traveled through, he'd stop and get him a little hunk of that souse meat. They've even got that. Yes, sir. Anything you want in the line of great quality meats, it's Sawega Meats, locally produced and quality food for your table.
Hey guys, Southern Hissy Fit on the square in Colquitt, Georgia, 109 West College Street. Give them a call right there. Call Miss Vicky. All your embroidery, t-shirts, tumblers, custom logos, caps, sweaters, jackets, anything personalized right there on the square in Colquitt, Georgia. And they are the sponsor of the Charlie Platt Dirt Road Sports Show Trivia Time. And our winner tonight will receive a logo enameled car tag with the Charlie Platt Dirt Road Sports Show logo on it. Compliments of Southern Hissy Fits on the square in Colquitt, Georgia. Our sponsor of Trivia Time here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. And here's our trivia question tonight. Who is this dynamic duo? Who is this dynamic duo? If you will, put it in the screen. Let us know. Place in the comments right there. Let us know who this is right here. Who is this dynamic duo in the picture? And I believe it was from about 1969, if I'm correct on that. Looking for the name of this dynamic duo right here.
I believe that movie came out, what, 68, Floyd?
68. That's what it was. The movie was 68.
So it may have been 67 then.
No.
But let me tell you something I was going about. There he is right there. Wiregrass Muse done hit it.
All right, he hit it. Wiregrass. Let me have your address, baby, and you will have you a tag on the way. Wiregrass Mules. Send me your David Powell. You a second right there. But Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs. That is correct. That was from an album cover that they did, dressed as Bonnie and Clyde. Well, it was a tribute to Bonnie and Clyde, but they dressed there, and that was Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs. And I think this past week was would have been Earl Scruggs' 100 and something birthday.
Which one is that which one is that with a fiddle case, violin case?
That's Earl Scruggs.
That's Earl Scruggs.
Look at the little old legs, and y'all see, look at the little poor ass legs on that man. I don't see how he stood up all night. What did he play? The guitar or the banjo?
He played banjo.
Banjo. He can play that banjo. I don't see how he stood up all night and done all that, but he good. Let me tell you something about. I got a car tag here for my winner last week. I was going. Went by the Hissy Fit, picked it up. I was going to go by the post office and mail it today. Get it in. Closed. Post office closed.
Jimmy Carter Day.
Everything government's closed down. I wonder if they're going to make it up. They're going to have like a snow day, makeup day or something that they got. Huh? They get paid. They get paid for the day, don't they? They get paid for the day and to do no work. Yeah. Typical government. Typical
federal holiday.
The less you work, the more money you make.
Wiregrass Mules, don't forget to send me your address. We will get it in the mail to you. And we appreciate you being a part of Trivia Time here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show.
Marvin, let me test your knowledge. Where was the female star that played Bonnie? Where was she from?
Have no idea.
I know.
Two Egg, Florida.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Faye Dunaway.
Faye Dunaway, Two Egg.
I wonder if she's been back down there and been the Grand Marshal for the Two Egg homecoming parade or anything. She been back to Two Egg.
I think Greg
from Bascom where you don't have to ask them. That's her though. She was from Two Egg.
But I think between Greenwood and Two Egg, somewhere along in there.
No, there's several domesticated places in there, if you will. A lot of them in there. A lot of good people live down there. I know a lot of them. I do. I know a lot of them people down there. They're good, hard-working folks. But I'm just wondering if Faye ever come back and offer to give a donation, anything to the high school or to whatever YMCA or whatever y'all got down there, or to the Pentecostal churches down there. You reckon she give a donation to any of them down there?
Is she dead?
Rhonda Pace says she's from Bascom. Bascom. It's all the same thing, Rhonda. They all intertwined in there. They all kin to one another. First cousins. They got double first cousins, married double first cousins, and all that.
Is Faye Dunaway dead?
No, she's still living. So far as I know, I don't know. I ain't kept up with her in a long time.
I hadn't either. She
Okay,
could
I
be
can't
still
remember
alive.
the movie I ever remember her being in, if you will. I know she's been in some more, but you know, folks can do one movie and they got it set for life. I mean, set for life. It's like I was listening, reading that we watch Jeopardy. Man, they didn't watch Jeopardy. Don't ever get no questions right. I don't. They didn't get some of them right, but I don't. And the guy that does the announcing, this is Jeopardy. Y'all know? Y'all never heard it? Y'all never watched Jeopardy? You know what Jeopardy is,
Yeah.
Mark? Okay, Jeopardy. Johnny somebody. Uh, he makes $2 million a year, and that's all he has to say is introduce the guest on Jeopardy, and this is Jeopardy. That's a pretty good gig, ain't it, Mark?
Well,
And
if y'all remember the guy on WWE wrestling that said, "Let's get ready to rumble."
let's get ready to rumble.
At one time, it was $10,000 every time he said that. Every time he said, "Let's get ready to rumble," it was 10
Man,
grand.
I wish I could.
Mm.
I wish I could make. How much was it? $10,000. I wish I could make. I wish I could make $100 every time I've heard somebody say, "Let's boogie." See, that's better than "Let's get ready to rumble."
I bet.
Let's boogie. Ain't nobody gonna pay. Ain't nobody gonna pay me nothing to do nothing. So,
See, you could do. We need to do a remake of Soul Train, and you could do that. Let's get ready.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, that'd be good.
peace, love, and soul. I think that's what it was. Something
Man, they
like that.
was. You remember them Soul Train dancers?
How about them outfits they had on, man? What about that? What about them big old bill bottles and them old big old jacked up shoes? They had them old clog shoes on their head. And have y'all ever seen anybody with hair this big around? You know, this do not get around nobody with hair this big around and light no cigarette. It's over. He'll be gone. He'll be ashes.
In a hurry.
That actually happened in Miller County High School one time. Boy got it. It was a teacher had a big old fro deal like that. He slipped up behind him, going to strike his lighter behind him for the class, for the. It was funny, ha ha. He was a nice teacher, a great teacher, but he had an afro like that, and he had him some not Jerry curl. What is it? Afro sheen. Had it all. It's kind of like that aqua net, that Queezer talks about his grandma, who's homeless woman, that she wore all the time. Don't get nowhere around no homeless woman with no cigarette lighter. But he slipped up behind him, going strike his lighter, and show out in front of the class, and his head will poof. He beat his head up. That's a true story. We don't tell nothing but the truth. We don't have to make stuff up on this show, y'all, if you will. We do not.
I don't remember it. I don't remember it because I was too young. You would remember. Do you remember when my daddy had an afro?
I remember when he had one. Sure do. He had an afro and he was driving a Pinto automobile, I think, a Ford Pinto. And it was about as big as this dining room table here that I'm sitting at. And he'd be driving it back and forth to Camilla every day. Hey, he was working trying to provide for you and your brother, who was doing everything in the world y'all could do to make his life miserable. And he getting up every morning. Driving to Camilla, Georgia. Sun facing him in the morning, bearing him right there in the face. In the evening, coming back home, right there in his eyeball, trying to keep y'all fed, son. Keep you fed, clothes, keep the electricity on at your house. Then he got the job with the REA, and electricity was meaningless. It didn't cost nothing to be. So. I hope he's watching tonight.
Getting good there, Floyd. Tell him about it.
Oh man, one of the best places in the world you ever want to eat. Ziggy B is not a lazy woman either. Now let me tell you, she is not a lazy person. She gets up on Wednesday, she drives to Apalachicola, Florida, to get that fresh seafood down there, load it up in her refrigerated truck, and bring it back to Cogwood, Georgia. Get it prepared, get the fish clean, get them laid out there on that ice so you can enjoy them. She is not a lazy person. She runs a good business. She's a hardworking woman. She's local. She knows who you are when you walk in that door. She just about knows what you're going to buy. Now, she knows me. She knows me when I come in. I'm going to either get mullet or I'm going to get me some shrimps or you get me one of them salmon steaks. She knows. She said, "What you want, Floyd?" And I tell her. Sometimes I just call her here and tell her what I want. It's already there. Now, she knows I ain't gonna come in there and buy $125 worth of crab legs, Alaskan crab legs. She knows that ain't gonna happen. She don't. She don't even try to. She don't even try to promote that. That stuff right there, all that stuff. And let me tell you something else. I was at a little meeting the other night. Ian Carpet, me and Gucci was there, and the fella come up to me and he was talking about them frog legs that they have in there. And he said, "You ever had any of the frog legs?" I said, "No." I said, "I know about the frog legs." I said, "But I just really ain't my appetite right there." I said, "Now, Charles Pickle likes some frog legs. He brags on them. He said it's the best I ever had in my life." And he said, "I've had them all over the United States of America. No, nothing no better than them frog legs. See them right there on the right there. That's where you see them, right by them crawfish there. And crawfish ain't my thing. Because you wear yourself out, you'll burn more energy peeling and sucking on crawfish than it's going to benefit you by. And the shrimp, you squeeze it with him, he could testify to all that. He's always testifying and stuff like that, and having a motorcycle and all that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna leave that alone. But I'm gonna tell you, Zeke, and look at him. Now tomorrow night, tomorrow night, that's it. The Low Country Ball right there, 1295, honey. Low Country Ball right there. Zeke, call it up right there, 229-758-5430. It's always the same and it's always good. Y'all check her out. Y'all will be glad you did. She's a great asset to this community, and we are proud she's here.
Hey, I just got a text from Carl Cressman. Carl said, Faye Dunaway was raised just east of Bascom, Florida, where you don't have to ask them. Zip code 32423, same coming or going.
I'll be done. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Carl knows. Carl Cressman knows. I guarantee you, he's pretty knowledgeable too for that area down there. You know, I'm not saying that it compares to Southwest Georgia, but I mean, he's pretty knowledgeable. We love him. Guy.
You need
having fun. Y'all know what we do. We just cut.
If you need somebody to tell you the history of the bonfire in Gordon, go to Carl Cressman.
He could write the book. I wish you had photos of that. Anybody got a photo of Carl Cressman riding a horse into the bonfire in there into the dance?
We will pay money for that.
We will.
Anybody out there got any pictures of people at the bonfire?
We need to have a reunion night for everybody that patronized the bonfire club.
That's right. Show us your pictures, send us your pictures. We'll put them on for you.
Yeah.
You know, we're a family oriented group here. So. and you may want to make sure them people is dead before you send them. And there's no politicians.
Or how about this, Floyd? Let's do it for the bonfire or the plantation club.
Yeah, either one. Yeah, and some of them boats in Baker County, right? In the but we didn't have no cameras back. Didn't nobody have no cameras. Man, it cost money to get the camera. Had to buy camera. Then you had to buy film. Then you had to keep up with the camera. Was another thing.
What if they'd have had live streaming back then, and somebody whooped one out and tried to live stream you at our
Oh man, I mean, it would have been like a documentary, been like history, looking at all the folks that was in there. I mean, that was something else on that. But now let me tell you one about the Plantation Club. You had to have a number. You had to have a card to get in there. You had to have a number on the card, and normally it was $2. Is what the number on the card was for you to go to the
cost of a membership.
Folks just had to have one of the tin top. See that coming along after me, that book holder. That was over there on Highway 84 right there in the river, the tin top. Now we rode by the tin top and never did wheel in there. We had done gone over there to Dothan and eat something good and at the cellar somewhere, and headed on back in. That was a legend. That was a very, very interesting place. But I never did go in.
You see that up at the top, don't you, Floyd? I got one of Charlie Platt in the bonfire. How much is it worth?
I don't know who he is up there, but I don't doubt it. I'm not gonna argue with it. It ain't worth nothing to me. I don't care if he was in there or not. There don't be
the closest I got to inside the bonfire club was on the bus with Billy Joe Royal trying to calm him down after he rode. When he pulled up over there, I went down there to visit with him. I wasn't going to stay. And I was visiting with him on the bus. He says, "Is this place safe?" I said, "Hoss, I don't know. I ain't never been in there in my life." I said, "But I think they got a good coating of chicken wire in front of the stage." But
Hey, he's
that's,
been in worse, probably. I tell you what, they probably ain't
oh
nowhere he at.
man,
Ain't nowhere he at. We just ain't got the entertainment like we used to have no more. No more. It's
no,
gone. Gone, baby. I don't know what
pitiful
these
what
young
we.
folks, I don't know what the next level with these young folks with music is. I don't know where are they gonna go next, Marvin, with music?
I don't know because I don't listen to this. I don't listen to that popular music. I like to listen to Willie's Roadhouse and Southern gospel, and that's my and bluegrass. That's my forte.
Yeah,
You sent me a
there's
video not long ago, Marvin. What's that guy's name? He's a black guy, gospel singer. You said you seen him down there at a where they have it at the all night gospel sing at used to have it down there. Where that you said you
Teddy,
just
Teddy Huffman and the Gems.
Teddy
oh yeah.
Huffman and the Gems. Yeah, that's one of the most powerful songs I ever heard in my life. I ain't lying, man.
Gone, the stone is rolled back.
Roll is rolled away, stone is rolled away. But
And
it grips you from the beginning. I'll tell you another that'll grip you from the beginning is Gene Watson. Before the hammers could ring. Play that one and sit there and listen to that, if you will.
I
Before the
can't remember
hammers could
the name
ring.
of the song, but there's a new one out by Gene Watson and the Bellamy Brothers, and it
Yeah.
is good. I mean, I could, their voices just blend together.
Gene Watson can sing. Anybody. Gene Watson can sing with anybody. He's like Patty Loveless. She can sing with anybody. I tell you, man, that music, that era is gone. Y'all young folks, I feel
I,
sorry for y'all. I feel sorry for you
I
because you
I
ain't.
would I would put Gene Watson in the top five of who I thought the best male vocalist in country music of all time. Gene Watson would have to be in my top
Got
five.
to
He's
be in the
that
top
good.
five. Amen.
Why has he never been invited to be a member of the Grand Ole Opry?
What is that, Charlie? What's going on with that? You know them
He
folks.
just he's now becoming a member, right?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I
yeah.
may be wrong. He may have been asked, but if
I
he is,
think he's been. I
I mean,
think he's just been asked. Yeah. I don't know what's going on there.
I tell you another.
Well, he was out. I tell you what, I do know a little bit about that. Gene never moved to Nashville that I know of. He always stayed out in Texas,
Texas. Mm-hmm.
and that would be kind of a tough commitment to have to make so many trips to Nashville every year if you're based out of Texas.
He couldn't meet the performance requirements, probably.
Probably not.
You have to perform so many times a year to be a member.
On the
He might.
Grand
He
Ole
might.
Opry, on the stage. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they
That's
don't
right.
pay you nothing to do that, dude. I mean, you don't
Yeah.
get $50. I mean, they don't pay you
I,
nothing.
I,
Whatever union wages are, they get.
Mhm.
I mean, they get paid that. It's not a lot, but they get
Yeah,
paid.
no.
I think it's union. Whatever union wages are, they get paid a night.
good night. Well,
Yep.
I can understand that. I can understand not living in Nashville, man. Hey, everybody wants to live where they want to live. You know, it's like me and Nadine. We don't want to live nowhere else, and we don't want to live nowhere else other than we are. You could not pay us to go to California and live. You couldn't pay us to go to New York City. I don't care what kind of house you gave us to live in, because if you went to California, you'd get burned up anyway, so you wouldn't have no home very long out there. But we like it right here, man. We love this place where
Mm-mm-mm.
we live right now.
Yep. Hey guys, our good friends Phillips Auto Parts, Holstered 9 on Highway 27, Colquitt, Georgia. All your auto part needs, whatever they might be, whether it's agricultural or personal, car wash supplies. They have a full line of rabbit pellet Floyd B. Lloyd brand rabbit pellet grills and all the Floyd B. Lloyd flavors of rabbit pellets in order to cook all of your meats with. Any kind of auto parts, gifts for the ladies, and they've got a great gun shop named the Holstered 9 right beside them. All your ammo needs, all your gun needs, shotguns, rifles, pistols, hunting gear, hunting blinds, anything to do with firearms. They've got a um, gentleman there that does all of the work on the guns on staff right there that will do it in house for you. And if they don't have the gun, they can get them from any of their distributors. Holstered 9, Phillips Auto Parts, Highway 27, Colquitt, Georgia. Our friends and our supporters here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Hey guys, want to wish a big happy new year to one of our great sponsors since day one, our confidant, our sponsor in exclusivity and perpetuity, TC Berryhill, world famous auctioneer, proprietor in general of Berryhill Auctioneers Incorporated. Go on the web and look at him, berryhillauctioneers.com. You can see he's all over the United States. Mr. T.C. Berryhill, and if he's watching, we wish you a happy new year, brother. And he is the sponsor of Floyd's List of Impossibilities and a whole lot more.
TC's a great guy. Good. I hope you tuned in tonight, TC. Appreciate your sponsorship there. You've been good to us the whole time. Looking forward to hearing from you in the very near future. But tonight we got a very limited, short Floyd's list of impossibilities. We're gonna start out with the first one here is the impossibility that any South Georgia or South Alabama redneck has ever been constipated 4 months at a time. That is an impossibility. See, we all got that, you know. If nothing else works, but if you get that bullet rope and that changes, your prayers answered. It's an impossibility that Franklin Graham's charity, the Samaritan's Purse, will be welcomed in Los Angeles, California.
Amen.
What y'all think they do with if just get serious here a minute? What do you think they do if Franklin shows up and California go help folks out there? What do you think the first thing they'd want him to do? First thing they'd want to know about him was his DEI. You know, how's your DEI hiring system, and what are your religious beliefs? See, that would eliminate him right off the bat, right there.
Do you remember when COVID came and they set up a hospital in New York City? If I'm not mistaken, they almost got ran out of New York because of their belief system.
Because of Christian beliefs. And another one was that in Chicago, they was trying to open up a Chick-fil-A franchise in Chicago. And I remember when that's when Obama was president. And the mayor of Chicago said, we are not allowing a Chick-fil-A restaurant to open in Chicago. That is not Chicago. That is not the way Chicagoans believe. We don't believe.
That's right.
What Chick-fil-A believes. But they believe in, you know, in shooting one another down in the streets, you know, 10 or 12 at the time. But Chick-fil-A values are not Chicago values. And you were 100% right, Mayor. Chick-fil-A values are not Chicago values. Y'all can have it. But you imagine trying for Franklin Graham trying to set up Samaritan's Purse, or even this, Elon Musk trying to provide them with that Starlink, you know, where they can talk to their family and friends, check on them, because all the communications down. Everything's burned up. Everything's gone. Putting the Starlink. I bet you they wouldn't let him do it. I guarantee you they wouldn't let Elon Musk go out there and set up his Starlink like he did in North Carolina so those people could communicate back and forth with family members. That's how crazy they are. And here's what I looked it up. The median home value in this, what is it, Palisades, California? Pacific Palisades, California, $4.5 million. That's the median value of them homes that have been wiped out, been burnt to the ground by stupidity, by ignorance, by incompetence, and by, listen to me real close. If you in up there in Martha's Vineyard, by Democrats.
That's it.
So we elect you some Democrats, and that's what you're gonna wind up. Last one, impossibility that any woman living on Martha's Vineyard has ever gone to the pea patch and picked and shelled a hamper of peas. Hey, I'd like to. Y'all come talk to me. I know some of y'all in Martha's Vineyard, y'all haven't heard about us. I know y'all know, y'all listen because y'all seek people out like us just trying to destroy us. Well, what are you gonna do with me? What, I'm a senior citizen. What you gonna do? Send me to prison? Huh? What are you gonna, that's about the best place you could go. Now you got it made. I can get me. Hey man, I can get me a law degree if they send me to prison. I can become a lawyer.
You could practice with Billy Shingler.
I can practice. He'd
Oh
hire me.
boy.
I guarantee he'd take me on. That's
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I'm bona fide. Go ahead, Johnny.
Has it been cool over there in Southwest Georgia? Just us over here got it kind of cool.
It's
It
cool.
is cold weather, folks. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And we got more of it on the way. We got some rain coming in. Some of it as early as overnight tonight. A few showers may develop. Big part of the rain is going to start around heaviest stuff. I'm going to say around 2 o'clock here in southeast Alabama, the southeast corner of Alabama. And for you folks over there, about 4 o'clock, something like that, you're going to see the heavier rain move in. Saturday we clear out, start clearing out good. High Saturday only 45 degrees after a low of 28. So you might need to drip those pipes another morning, and then we'll get on into the week. Another chance of rain on Monday, and then look again. Here comes another little cold wave. 27 the low on Wednesday morning. It's winter time in the deep south. That is for sure. Look, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. I want to say hello to. There's so many of my folks checked in from old wrestling buddy Tim Horner to folks like Ray Barrickman, bass player for the Bama Band up in Louisville. But here's something that I'm glad we could do. First of all, our sympathy goes out to Kevin Fulford and his family. He writes to me just a minute ago. My brother passed away last Friday, and I want you to know tonight's show lifted me up, made me feel good. I laughed, and I love y'all. Thank you for it. Thank you for being with us. And if we made you laugh or smile and forget about some sorrow times, we're just glad we did. That's worth it all, isn't it, boys?
That's
That's
it.
it right there.
Uh,
That explains it all. That
yeah,
justifies all of it right there, John.
exactly. And like I said, pray for our incoming president. Want y'all to do that. Uh, he's shaking some things up, and I think you ain't seen nothing yet. And if it's God's will, we hope it is God's will, and pray it's God's will that this country gets back to some things that it should be. I mean, I'm gonna mention this. I'm gonna be kind of negative here for a second, but and I'm not being ugly, but used to there was a thing called TV Land that was a family oriented uh, network. It's still pretty much that way. A lot of things. You sit there and you watch several hours of Andy Griffith in the afternoon. But I looked up the other day, boys, and what did I see? But two different promos between 3 and 4 Alabama time for RuPaul's drag, whatever.
Yep, we see it too, Charlie.
And then I see a commercial for a drug that is made to mask HIV virus
Mhm.
with two men kissing in that ad.
Mhm.
Where did it all go wrong?
Mm.
Pray for this nation. That's just and I would hate to think that I was raising my kids in this now and have to explain to them if they were watching Andy Griffith some of these commercials and what about that, Daddy? Think about it. But just we need to get back to some old fashioned common sense. And I hope and pray we do. Floyd?
Thank you, Charlie. 100% correct, son. Me and Nadine see the same thing. We'll sit there and we'll look at one another. We'll roll our eyes at what it's
Mm.
coming to. But all my good friends out there, I want y'all to understand. I want y'all to listen to me. Exercise your Second Amendment rights. Exercise them at all times, whatever you do. Exercise your Second Amendment rights. Be vigilant of your surroundings. Know what's going on around you. Watch people, watch their actions. Look at the way they're acting. Listen to what they're playing on their radio in their car. Listen to that. Be aware of what's going on you in all of your surroundings. Be vigilant of your surroundings. And always when you lay down and go to sleep at night, the last thing you want to do when you laying down in that bed, you start thanking God Almighty for what He has done for you today. And you'll go to sleep and you'll still be thanking. Thank y'all for watching. We love y'all. We just having a conversation with friends. That's what we're doing. That's what we do every Thursday night at this time. Appreciate y'all watching. Hope it all goes well with y'all. Hope to see y'all again next week.
Hey guys, we love y'all. Appreciate you watching Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show Thursday nights right here on Facebook and YouTube. Big shout out tonight to Ziggy B, Shingler Law, Stewega Meat Company, Holstered 9 and Phillips Auto Parts, TK's Bar and Grill, Southern Hissy Fits, Berry Hill Auctioneers, and Kelly Crop Insurance. Hey guys, Sunday's coming. You know what I'm going to tell you. Worship the Lord. Worship Him in truth and spirit. Our Bible verse today comes from the book of 2 Corinthians, and it says this: Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, the old is gone, the new is here. Hey guys, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for inviting us into your homes. It's an honor, privilege for us each and every Thursday night here. And I just pray that something we've said, something that we've done has been an uplift and an encouragement to you. Maybe you've been able to just let your hair down and laugh a little bit. Lord willing, and the creek doesn't rise, we're going to be right back here next week. Same time, same place, for more Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. But until then, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter who you do it with, always be
Be
Particular.
particular.
y'all.
See ya.